So I kind of find this really interesting. Louis Farrakhan was pretty much a victim of this, and banned from Facebook, I believe from a lot of social media outlets. We traced back in last year about Infowars, where Alex Jones was banned from Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everything. They deleted all 34,000 of his videos, and he was talking about political commentary from the left and the rightist and their opinions. And of course, with the Pizzagate scandal, many businesses wanted to sue him because he was claiming it was just like false claims, and it was just like a lot of different situations that he put himself in a legal position, and that he was just very too biased. And now we had Loomer, who was one of his directors of Infowars, and they say that, hey, they're very authoritarian. I mean, they didn't even give him a chance to actually explain himself. They just up and deleted his account. Now this is a really not a, I won't say a rare thing. This is very common, even to individuals that's not famous, like my friend. He talks about like Black Power movements. He even share posts about it. He don't really particularly go into depth and write details about it in paragraphs, but he do share the content of Black Power political environments. He just talked about the highlight, maybe law enforcement brutality, a lot of things that goes on into the communities in itself that's very sensitive. Like when an African American gets killed or anything like that in the community, and it's like a huge outroar or a riot, and expressing his thoughts and sharing like videos or different movies that backs up his claim. Now, if we go into fast forward, Louis Farrakhan, they say he was very dangerous. Maybe he was talking about like the uplift of police ban. And the thing about him is that he has the ability, yes, to move people doing the Million Man March. He's 85 years old. He was really a mentor of Elijah Muhammad, very inspiring with that, and Malcolm X back in the day. And I'm just thinking this, like you calling this like this is a violating of the First Amendment, the freedom of speech. And Facebook and Twitter and all this stuff and all these Instagram accounts, man, if you really talk about something that's really uplifting, something that helps others to improve themselves, even spiritually or mentally, financially, for the most part, you're going to get banned. And it goes back into detail of when the Breakfast Club with Louis Farrakhan made like years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, talking about if rappers and entertainers, can utilize their talents, not only just to rap on the beat or just entertain individuals, but to use that to enforce and help others that are down, help others to achieve their goals. It made pretty much what rappers can be a positive image and put positive things into their lyrics. And because music is the powerful thing on earth. I like how he really expressed himself about the black woman, like how the woman, that in order for a man to be very successful, he has to have a good woman. And all these things are good. I mean, he really helped like a lot of people that wanted to convert into Islam, especially men, to be outstanding men, learning their dress and appearance. I mean, these are the things that we need to see. I mean, it's already going downhill in our generation, and then you have social media outlets that's really silencing them. Now, it's Snoop Dogg and other individuals and celebrities are really supporting Louis Farrakhan and backing him up. But I was just thinking is this too, maybe this is maybe another political stand for individuals that's been suffering from this, that's really not as famous for in Facebook. You got Robert Perkins. He's a good individual that talks about black upliftment on YouTube, and he was banned from Facebook like 3 or 4 5 6 times, man. And he even said in one of his videos, but he still comes in there and giving out that content. You can have a picture of a black fist. I mean, it's just like a really a political agenda, I think, to keep the masses down. But at the same time, it's all the spy. I mean, they really don't want you to really, how can I say, just really want you to be just dip down into the matrix, not really uplifting yourself in a good way. And they using this as an example. I feel like maybe this could be another lawsuit, or maybe Louis Farrakhan could pull his wealth and create his own foundation, as his own network and his own platform. Because at the end of the day, we're just utilizing their platform. They can do whatever they want to do. But behind headquarters, we just expressing our thoughts on them, and we are not the CEO of the company. We're just affiliates. And I think that's, we don't really held too much power or value into it. Facebook supposed to be really a site for individuals to really take care of themselves, or as far as like, communicating with their family members, and just getting close with one another, not to really bash anyone. You got people who post fight videos all the time and still manage to have their account unlocked. And it's just really a really contradicting effect if you really want to invoke change. and a safe environment. But the content that you allowing people, millions of people to post, that is not inspiring, it's not motivational, there's nothing that somebody can um, really use to improve their lives, is a very contradiction, I believe. So I mean, Facebook, this is another agenda right now. I just think that um, I don't know, man. This is really unfortunate. But I'm really not surprised at this point, though. So I know the Breakfast Club gave him with the donkey of the day for that. But hey, it's Facebook. I really don't utilize Facebook anyway. It's just it's kind of boring to me in a way. But I mean, you don't really sign someone that's known for getting people together, helping others, and making sure that we really get in our knowledge and our history. And people that you feel like that's powerful, you want to eliminate them and get rid of them. So it's pretty much a dumb down and keep people in a lower frequency, I feel like, for the most part, man. So it's a really hidden mass agenda. Mark Zuckerberg, you probably gonna have meetings about this, but man, you really need a tweeted Facebook. I think that Facebook's not gonna be a good investment down the line in 10, 15 years from now, as black people really come together and find out a way to create their own platform where they can express their thoughts and opinions without being harassed by other corporations or social media outlets like Facebook in a way. So we gotta just get into the tech industry. I feel like this is a little more inspiring thing. But people post like pornography on there. People post like very derogatory comments and posts on there all the time on a day-to-day basis, but still have their freedom on social media. So this is pretty much a huge reverse shift. I feel like that's going on. This is what's coming up upside down. But hey, you guys tell me, guys, what you think about this, man. Louis Farrakhan, I mean, he's not like a really mentor for me, but I do respect his work. I do respect how he give his time to really be that open ear for the next generation, and the things that he was just saying, that we can really become very productive citizens in society, especially as black men, because if black men really collectively come together, they can be able to take care of their families, take care of themselves, and then we are opportunity of success in the black community as far as investing wise. Me reading this book here, The Color of Law, got me into this stuff, man. I mean, his work just got me into just, kind of just be open-minded about the Quran a little bit, man, in the black way, and just being substantial, just being, be able to defend yourself physically, spiritually, and just being consistent each and every single day. And, this was the seed that was planted, from his work. And for him just to be banned, it kind of really hurts, to the people in the Nation of Islam. I know Brother Ben X is going to really do a video about this, but this is something that needs to be said. We need to really stand up for this. Continuously to read, invest yourself. He has the ability to turn like gangsters to like pretty much disciples, man. I mean, it was crazy. This is like a lot of testimonies that people was really just talking about Louis Farrakhan, how he changed his life. So, you just guys comment what you guys think about this, but Facebook, that's kind of wrong for me. That's really wrong. That really wasn't a good move. I think USC attorneys, NAACP may probably step in on this, and not only probably give them their platform back, but hey, maybe they can get that money. Maybe it could be a good inspiration and spark. We can start our own black network. That's how I feel, for all young people to collectively come together, be like, hey, what you think about such and such that's going on in Congress? We should think about the United States Senate. Like, we should think about, like, we having an annual meeting of our mayor, so we can really improve our infrastructure. We can improve, like, our school systems. Like, it has been broken toilets. It has some, like, outdated textbooks. Or, we can find a way that, people in our community can get, like, 4-year scholarships. Something like LeBron James was doing. We can have a meeting that we can, people who are making $50,000-$60,000 a year, we collectively get our monies together and create our own schools. It's something that we could donate annually. I mean, just things that can really put the black community in the right direction. So I'm kind of looking at this as a positive thing as well, but still not surprised. That's pretty much all my thoughts on it, man. I know I'm pretty much just going all over the place with this, but this is pretty much I'm passionate about right now. Just like political movements and environments, but that's really began to shut down because they have a huge influence. But that's the risk that we take from these corporations. So each and every single day, man, there'll be posts, because we do not own it. Like, we don't own YouTube, we don't own Facebook, we don't own Twitter. But if we own our own technological, social media platform, all this stuff can be eliminated. We have full control. I think this is the new direction that we need to go to as far as entrepreneurship. So, Young Lee Jr., I'm out.